it's your girl Xee and Cyn, and we're back with another video. And today we're taking us into after hours.
Listen, after dark, dropping time. Don't fit in the dropping part. You know what we're dropping?
Not rum.
Video. All right, guys. So today, Cynthia is introducing us tonight.
We're reacting to UK's military might is on another level. And the link will be in the description to the original link. Ugh, sorry.
Here we go.
For centuries, the United Kingdom was a military superpower, shaping global history through war, conquest, and diplomacy. The British Empire was so vast that the sun never set on it, though these days UK's biggest global export seems to be reality TV and overpriced footballers. But while the empire is long gone, Britain's military remains one of the most advanced and well-trained forces in the world. With a powerful navy, cutting-edge air force, and a nuclear arsenal capable of leveling cities, the UK still holds a key position in global security. So, how strong is Britain's military today? What weapons and technology does it bring to the battlefield? And just how much of its defense budget is spent on making sure the army has decent equipment for once? Let's break it all down. Despite economic pressures, the UK still ranks among the top military spenders in the world. For 2024, the defense budget stands at a hefty $70.2 billion US.
I did not know that. That's a lot of money, but it just shows you how they really want to invest into their equipment and how well they want to be.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money per year. And of course it goes up each year, but wow, that's a lot of money. Damn.
With plans to increase that to 2.5% of GDP by 2030. The UK is aggressively expanding its presence in modern battlefields beyond just land, sea, and air. Because in the future, wars won't just be fought with tanks and jets, but with hackers sitting in dark rooms, fueled by...
That is true. We've been hearing about this. We have been seeing, just hearing stuff in the news. And that is true. It's no longer going to be bombs. It's
hacking is taking
over. Hacking is what we're doing.
Yeah. Because that's scary, though. When you think about it, it's like, yeah, you can not necessarily see a threat coming when it's like there in the area here, okay, war is brewing or this. But hacking is on another level.
It is. And I can see, I think because Elon Musk, he got hacked, and I think a U.S. Department something got hacked too. Things are getting hacked into.
Listen, a lot of places get hacked, and sometimes you wonder if it's inside job. Sometimes you wonder.
That's true.
But then you're like, why would you even do that?
Yeah.
I tell you that mine, it's a powerful thing,
It is.
Energy drinks and questionable life choices. However, while the UK is pushing into advanced tech, some soldiers might prefer if a bit more of that budget went toward making sure their gear actually works. Ask any British infantryman about their radio equipment, and you'll likely get a rant about how it has a signal worse than a pub's Wi-Fi on match day. The UK military may not be the biggest in numbers, but it prides itself on being highly trained and well-equipped.
Lad, are you dumb? Are you getting rude, man?
Currently, it has around 150,000 active personnel, backed by 75,000 reservists, along with 37,000 civilian defense staff, who make sure the whole machine keeps running. It's not exactly the size of the old British Empire's forces, but then again, it's easier to manage when you're not trying to control half the planet. The military is divided into three main branches.
Now that is, sorry for pausing you too much, but that is different because I don't even know the numbers here for America, but I think it'd be a lot more than that.
Way more than that.
Because they're constantly recruiting. Those recruiters, oh girl, do not blink in America. And it's like, they snatch you up. Like, you want to join the military? You want to join the army? You want to join the Navy? They snatch you up.
That's true.
But
especially at a young age.
I like how they focus on a small number and just work on their skills and to perfecting those soldiers, like making them really good at what they do. Then having a bunch of people, and we're like, trying to figure stuff out, and we're not really focused on advancing our skills, like working on those people. That's like making us like, I get what it's coming out really through my mouth, but I know what I'm trying to say. And you guys get me too.
It's coming weird out of our mouth.
It's after hours, guys.
branches: the British Army, the Royal Navy, and the Royal Air Force. Then, of course, you have the UK's Special Forces, which include the legendary SAS and SBS. These are some of the most elite special forces in the world, trained to handle everything from hostage rescues to covert operations deep behind enemy lines. As for recruitment, let's just say the regional stereotypes hold strong. The Scots bring the aggression, fueled by generations of military tradition and quite possibly a deep-seated grudge against anyone south of Hadrian's Wall.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Okay. The Welsh, known for their rural roots, are great at operating in tough terrain, though you'll never hear the end of the sheep jokes if you mention it. And then there's Northern Ireland, where certain members of the population grew up very familiar with urban combat scenarios. And of course, we can't forget the English, who, thanks to the state of knife crime in the country, probably receive basic training before they even enlist. If there's ever a supply chain issue, at least the British Army can fall back on their real national weapon.
Is it too much?
It's not funny, but what?
Because there's so much knife crimes.
Yes, that is true. You guys are like #1 with knife crimes. You guys are really up there. When I was like kitchen knives, not a whole sword popping out, especially with the guy at the convenience store. He's wow.
No, we're not laughing at you guys. It's just the way he did it.
Yeah, they were just popping like I was not expecting that.
But yeah, it makes so he basically said, listen, it doesn't matter which area you're from, they're coming ready. They already they have the experience. It's like they start having the experience out in the outer world. Yeah. To come to fit right in.
Right in.
Which is true. You understand it? You still have to pick up because you realize how many reservists they have.
Yeah, like what, 15,000 or is it 20,000? It wasn't that much compared to the main
35.
Look, come to miss numbers. I like that. She's freaking Jack. She forgets nothing. It's good though.
I'm lying. It's 75. It's 35 civilian.
Here I'm like maybe 15,000.
Because it was 135 for active, 75 reservists. And 35 in civilian workers that help to keep
okay.
So we're there.
I'm here for this.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because remember, reservists, they're on the sideline.
Yes.
It's not like it's an everyday thing for them. But yes, still they get trained. You know, they get their monthly training. But I'm just saying, you can just pick up the pieces and help with what's going on. So that's pretty cool.
It is.
The British Army, while not the largest, is one of the most experienced and technologically sophisticated in Europe. The Challenger 2, a tank known for its impressive armor and accuracy, is being modernized into the Challenger 3, with improved firepower and digital targeting systems. Britain currently operates 227 Challenger 2s, though once the upgrade is complete, only around 148 will be kept in service, because apparently Britain believes in quality over quantity, or just ran out of...
You know, you always say that. One thing with you guys, you pride yourself on that.
Yep.
Quantity is not the thing for them. It have to be done right.
Yes.
I have to give it to you guys for that. You ain't playing. No, we don't need to have a lot. We need to have the best of the best. And that's it.
And I'm here for it. And I love that.
Money again.
No money, no honey.
In terms of infantry fighting vehicles, the Army still uses the Warrior IFV, a vehicle that's been in service since the 1980s and is finally being phased out in favor of the newer Boxer AFV, with over 1,000 on order. The artillery branch relies on the AS-90 self-propelled howitzer, which provides heavy fire support, while the M270 MLRS delivers devastating long-range rocket strikes. Helicopters play a major role as well, with Apache AH-64 E-attack helicopters forming the backbone of air support, alongside a fleet of Chinooks for heavy transport and Wildcats for reconnaissance. The British Army might not have the sheer numbers of other world powers, but it ensures that its troops are backed by some of the most powerful land-based weaponry available. Britain was once the world's dominant naval power, ruling the seas with a fleet that stretched across the globe. Today, while the Royal Navy is no longer the juggernaut of the old empire, it remains one of the most formidable naval forces in the world, with a modern fleet designed for power projection and rapid response. At the heart of the Navy are its two Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers, HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales. These are the largest warships in British history, capable of carrying 40-plus aircraft, including the F-35B Lightning II.
That's a lot. 40 aircraft. That is a lot.
At any given time.
I like always ready prepared. I love that.
That's a lot.
That is.
And it's the two biggest in British history. Can you imagine? Just think about how the aircraft. That's a lot.
It is.
That's crazy.
II stealth fighter. With these carriers, the Royal Navy.
Let's continue. Oh, you're done, sure.
No.
Okay.
Navy can deploy air power almost anywhere in the world, assuming, of course, the ships don't break down mid-mission, which has happened more than once. In terms of firepower, the Royal Navy operates 6.
This one.
Shady.
Listen, he be throwing them in. I'm like, jeez, you don't have to be throwing them in. We understand. Anybody break down. We all break down at some point.
Yeah.
At some point in time.
Even though we're good, but like you said, we got to break down eventually.
6 Type 45 destroyers, some of the most advanced air defense ships in the world. There's also the Type 23 frigates, soon to be replaced by the Type 26 and Type 31 frigates, ensuring that Britain's Navy stays ahead in maritime warfare. But the real muscle of the Royal Navy comes from its submarine fleet. The Astute-class attack submarines are among the most advanced in the world, capable of launching cruise missiles with pinpoint accuracy. Meanwhile, the Vanguard-class submarines are responsible for carrying the UK's Trident nuclear deterrent, ensuring that if Britain ever finds itself in a truly dire situation, it has the capability to turn an enemy's capital city into a radioactive wasteland. The Royal Air Force, or
that is amazing, but also have to realize how powerful and scary that is. That is some powerful stuff you guys got over there. Maybe because, well, I don't live in the UK. We rarely hear about Uranus and something like it's like crazy.
Yeah.
We rarely hear them like ours say like, oh, we're ready to go to war. We're ready. We're quick. Well, not us, but the person, that's in power is so quick to throw it out. And it's scary because within one button, a whole country can be gone. It's scary to think about that.
Innocent lives.
It is.
Just gone to smithereens, just like that, with no afterthought. To me, that's how I see it. And like, there could never be a thought process in this.
No, you have to recognize your power and not just think about yourself with other people, not just your family. Who's rich and wealthy can go fly out. Think about the regular 9 to 5 people. Think about the moms at home. Think about the families that are like. Just think about it. Like, yeah.
RAF is one of the most technologically advanced air forces in the world, with a fleet of highly capable fighter jets, bombers, and transport aircraft. The Eurofighter Typhoon serves as the main fighter aircraft, with 137 in service, capable of engaging air and ground targets with deadly precision. Alongside it, the F-35B Lightning II, Britain's new stealth fighter, is slowly being integrated into full service, with 48 currently active.
Stealth. You heard the term?
No.
Don't know what stealth means?
No, what does that mean?
Stay still. You see like how you just hover, like a hover, like stealth. Stay still. Right?
Okay.
Like a hummingbird. Yeah. That's crazy. Machine.
Dang. Like you said, when you guys do something, y'all do it the right way.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all cross your T's and dot your I's. Yeah, nothing gets missed.
This is just a thought about it. Like, stealth. Damn. A machine.
That's crazy. A machine, like you said, yeah.
Jeez.
And a total of 138 planned, assuming the government doesn't change its mind for the 10th time. For strategic operations, the RAF operates a fleet of heavy transport aircraft, including C-17 Globemasters and A-400M Atlas, ensuring that British forces can be deployed anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. The Voyager KC-2/KC-3 provides aerial refueling, extending the reach of Britain's fighter jets and bombers. One area where the RAF is investing heavily is in unmanned aerial systems, with new drone programs being developed to complement traditional air power. Because, let's face it, why risk a pilot when you can just send a flying robot instead? The UK possesses around 225 nuclear warheads, with about 120 actively deployed at any given time. These are delivered via Trident II D5 submarine-launched ballistic missiles, housed on the Vanguard-class submarines. The UK isn't just a military power, it's deeply tied into global alliances. As a key NATO member, it actually pays its 2% GDP defense bill, unlike some neighbors. It's also part of Five Eyes, sharing intelligence with the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Britain's closest military partner is the United States, with joint programs like the F-35 and the AUKUS Pact. And through the Commonwealth, it keeps close ties with nations like India and Australia. The empire may be gone, but the UK still knows how to play the global power game.
You know that saying that they say we're playing chess, not checkers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing to just sit there and listen to that, though. Because you don't see them like that.
No, I learned something new with this video for sure. I never knew that. Guys are so advanced. That is amazing. Sorry.
They can't hear it.
Good.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
Because it's not shared. Don't be silly, man. Guys, that was
unscripted. Well, it's never scripted.
Don't be silly, man. I was just teaching you something that I found out. I was like, but yeah, it's crazy because you don't look at the UK that way.
No, you don't.
You don't. This is this laid back, in this kumbaya kind of.
Be careful of the quiet ones.
They always say that.
And y'all are the quiet ones.
Yeah.
And we're out here burning our mouths.
Yep.
Yeah.
Burning up the place.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree or do you not?
And teach us something in the comment. Just be nice. How it comes out your mouth. But teach us something new in the comments. We're always willing to learn.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to learn.
Yep.
And don't let nobody make you feel guilty of that.
No.
Exactly.
Agree.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. We gotta do a thank you video, you guys, because you guys are really y'all are pouring in love.
Yeah, we feel it.
Y'all
and we appreciate it to the max, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
There's no going around that.
Mm-mm.
All right. With that said, we're out. See you in another one.
Thank you for the support. Bye.